Well, first of all, uh, President Trump's statement that we don't need China's help, so forth, it was for public consumption, so that he doesn't appear weak going into the talks with President Xi. Uh, it's obvious that the United States would welcome an effort by China to get Iran to agree to some of the demands that the Americans are making, and the presumption that China is anxious to secure the opening of the Strait of Hormuz, and therefore will do whatever it can to persuade Iran. I think that's a wrong presumption. And certainly, China would want the Hormuz to be opened and the oil flow to be normalized because a lot of this oil comes from Iran and from the Gulf. But at the same time, uh, you know, China has large reserves of oil. China also has now developed that 30% of its power demands, electricity demand in particular, comes from alternate sources, especially solar. So it's not as desperate as some of the analysts are projecting that China is so dependent on oil supplies that it will be obliged to force Iran to change its position. I don't think that China feels that it needs to force Iran to accept things that the Iranians are not willing to accept. So I think that's the kind of state of play. Nevertheless, of course, China would try to be helpful, but helpful for a fair solution. It will not oblige Iran to capitulate if that is what the Americans are hoping for.